morning everyone, this is Junjie and here is the project signal, and let's get started with the pitch deck. So with the first problem statement here at the right side, you can see that's a small interface showing that there's plenty options of touch and go mini apps and features showing around. So you can see there's Go Finance, Go Travel and Transport. All of them are very meaningful touch and go mini apps that showing in touch and go. But to be honest, for users of ourselves, which is not going to be normally go actively search and scroll to find a relevant mini apps and deals for ourselves, because it's considered a waste of time, and also there's too overcrowded informations. Before we move on, do you know that there's a lot of fans in Before we move on, do you know that that's actually a lot of fans in touch and go? So because that's a good example of bad advertisement, and because touch and go transaction data is often underutilized, so users often see irrelevant ads or missing all the relevant deals. For example, where am I going to see a random fans popping around during, before and after making transactions on touch and go? This totally makes nonsense for me. And this is why we bring up Signal, as Signal is an AI power intelligence layer that matches users with right deals at the right time through extracting real-time users' intentions from transaction data. So the solutions that we bring out is that we're trying to collecting all of the users' information, including the transactional data, the geolocation data, and also the user behavior data, while users making transactions on touch and go e-wallet. We're turning all of this data we collected into the artificial intelligence layer that we served as a middleware layer later, that we're trying to transform the user's behavior using touch and go e-wallet from doing active search to passively accept autonomous recommendations. So this is actually how Signals benefits users, merchants, and touch and goes. Obviously, for users, you're always going to get right deals at the right time, in the right places, without doing actively search. And for merchant, you can always target your customer correctly based on the real purchase intent, as touch and go will have a big user base and also huge behavioral data. And for touch and go digital, there actually will be more merchants on board, which means that more data and better personalizations, and also more conversions and more merchants on board. So here is the multi-cloud integrations that we use as the AWS and also Alibaba Cloud. Here is the architecture diagram. As you can see, in order to make our system more scalable and also available, we make sure that our system is separated and hosted in several cloud service provider systems. So you can see AWS and Alibaba Cloud. And for future enhancement, we're seeing ourselves in the future to be an open platform, as any payment gateway plugs into our API. The merchants on board once and reach users across all of the platforms, not limited to touch and go. So for privacy first AI, ensures that the model trains inside each gateway service, the raw data never leaves, and only the learnings are shared. And for network effect, every new gateway will make the AI smarter by conductively learning over time. So that's all for the pitch deck. Let's move on to the demo. So we're demoing two scenarios. The first scenario is after the user having a hotpot, the artificial intelligence layer will automatically suggest that having some sweet food after having some salty food. So here's the food coupon, and after that it will be suggesting you the Grab transportation by the mini app link. And for the second scenario is after the users make the transactions for buying a neck pillow, then the system is going to be suggesting a travel pass mini app link. So users can browse all of the travel pass options in here, for example, like insurance and all the stuff. So here are two scenarios that are trying to simulating the intention guessing mechanism of the artificial intelligence layers performed by two scenarios during the transactions and also after the transactions. So yeah, that's all for the demo. Thank you for listening.